Adding subtitles like this in Premiere Pro is now super easy and way faster, because now you can convert your captions to graphic text layers in one click. And I'm gonna show you how you can quickly add these to your entire video while getting Premiere Pro to do most of the work for you. Okay, so I've got my video here that I've finished editing, and the only thing I haven't added to it are these flashy subtitles. No problem. Go up to your text panel, and if you can't find it, go up to Window, Text, and from there, we're just gonna hit Create Transcription. You'll get a bunch of settings you can play around with, but the most important thing is to set your language to listen for the one that you're speaking, which in my case is English. If you have multiple different people speaking, Premiere can separate those for you and listen for different voices and assign them labels, but in my case, it's just me, so I'll click Don't Separate Speakers, and this process will happen a bit faster. Finally, you can tell it to listen for audio clips that you've tagged as dialogue through the Essential Sound panel, but I prefer having dedicated audio tracks for my speaking sections and to keep those all on the same track. For me, this is audio track number 1, so I can ask it to only look there, so it doesn't get confused with music or sound effects I have playing throughout the video. If you're analyzing audio where you have difficulty isolating the audio on a single track, you can also tell it to listen to the whole mix, but it will tend to be less accurate if you have a lot of competing noise. And finally, you can tell it to only transcribe the region inside of your in to out points. You just need to actually set an in and an out point for this to work. If you leave this unselected, it will transcribe literally your whole sequence regardless of where the footage is located. Okay, so let's hit transcribe and Premiere Pro will get to work transcribing the whole video. And for me, this only took about 40 seconds to do a 7-minute video. Pretty awesome. And it was ridiculously accurate. It even gets names capitalized correctly, like ChatGPT, for example. So cool. Take a moment and read this over and make sure that it transcribed everything correctly by double-clicking on a section to edit it like a text document. And once you do, you can get to the fun part, which is turning them into subtitles. Hit the button here that says CC to create captions, and you'll have a box pop up where you can start to enter some details. Drop down this menu here and you can get a lot more settings. Format subtitle is fine, and normally here we'd choose our layer style to make sure that our subtitles all look to our liking from the start, but if you don't, that's okay. I have a super awesome workaround that I bet you didn't know about, so stay tuned to the very end and I'll show you. Next, you can choose the number of characters visible in your text chunk at any given time, as well as the minimum duration that each text section will be visible. This just impacts how Premiere Pro breaks them up into different sections. I like making these durations as short as possible. And you can also choose if you want to have gaps, if any, between each of your captions. You can also choose if you want only a single line of text or for it to have 2 lines. Okay, you're ready to hit create captions and Premiere Pro will quickly create your text. And it literally happens just that fast. But there is a small problem. I don't have a style to start with, so my text looks terrible. And I can't add effects or transitions or anything to it because they're captions, not real text layers. But here's the cool part. Premiere Pro just updated to give you the ability to turn these into normal graphic text boxes. And all you have to do is highlight your captions, go up to graphics and titles, and select upgrade caption to graphic. And boom, now they're ready to use with transitions and effects, giving you full control over them. I've been waiting over a year for this feature to come out, but that isn't even the best part. Now to style them all the same way, we could just take this one section and go up to Essential Graphics and style it the way we want. I'm gonna change the font, the size, add a drop shadow, and make sure that they're big and positioned closer to the bottom. Perfect. But now we can save it as a style here by hitting this drop down and selecting Create Style. Name it whatever you want, and now you should notice that it actually appears also in your project panel. And here's the coolest part. Now you can highlight all of your remaining text and drag and drop this layer style over top of all of the rest of your text, and now all of your text looks like this. And to put the cherry on top, I downloaded these bounce transitions for Motion Array, and now I can highlight all of my text and add an animation to them all at the same time just by dragging and dropping once. Now all my text has animation without having to do almost any work. I love it, and I've left the link to that preset in the description below. Honestly, it's been a game changer. And if you guys found this video helpful, check out this one where I walk you through how to get 5 unique text effects in no time. I'll see you over there.